Why, hello everybody, welcome. My name is Rubydung. Welcome to today's episode. As you can see, I'm over here at the main base. I've been doing some work around here. I am approaching episode 200 very soon. I mean, very soon. So, I'm getting some work done, and I'm wanting to get a lot of work done, hoping to get a lot of polish done for episode 200. I want things to look a little bit more complete for then. So, I've done a little bit of work up here on this floor, which is what we worked on last episode. As you can see, I have put in all of the lanterns for here, and looking down the full length of here, you can see I also put in the roof. So this little center bit here, this one isn't exactly complete because I do want to put some roofs in here. Well, not some roofs, but some lanterns. I want to put those in here, hanging around this area. But I did stretch these all the way around. The only little problem is I need to put some water in here, which is a very easy solution. And the second one being I am missing 2 lanterns. I got 2 glowstone, very short of completing this whole thing. And it made me sad. But that is near completion. I do want to put some more chests in here just to round out these little corner stools here. And I also went to the corners here and put in a nice little wooden pillar. So that now looks nice and good. I have this area look a little bit more complete. But now I still want to put in those chests. Make it so you can't see the redstone behind or the cobblestone flooring. So make that look a little bit more finished. But what I was hoping to do today's episode, I was wanting to go through and put in some unfinished stuff. So for example, I have a lot of bookshelves I'm missing in the base. And by a lot, I mean a lot. So I've been building up bookshelves here for a few episodes now. So what my hope is I'm going to be able to go through this base and be able to put in as many bookshelves as I possibly can. The problem is that bookshelves are expensive to make, so my hope is to be able to bookshelf up like this room, for example, this area out here, down this hall. Like, there's so many areas that need bookshelves, so I'm going to try bookshelving as much as I possibly can, and I'll be back with you guys, hopefully with a little bit of an exploration of where I was able to get all of that done before I move on to the next thing. Alright, I've gone through and have put in quite a few bookshelves now. I have expended all my bookshelves, though. There were so many bookshelves that this base needed that even after all of my farming for bookshelves, I still ran out of bookshelves. Shouldn't be surprised. But going through here, I first off put some bookshelves here in this room. There's not going to be any bookshelves in this room, so I don't have to worry about that. But then I put bookshelves here. Then I need to figure out what I'm doing with these openings here. I'm either going to fill them in with wood, or I'm going to have to put something on the outside. Then I can put bookshelves in. But for right now, I think I'm just going to put some wood in here. But I reach over down here. Bookshelves being starting again because there's struts on the outside going around here. Then inside this room, I put in all of the bookshelves for here. So, I still need to figure out what I'm doing for the lighting, because I don't want it to just be torches across the floor here. I need to figure out some sort of lighting solution. At the very minimum, maybe replacing all of this here with slabs or something, and then putting in a carpet or something. That could be doable. But either way, I do not want there to be actual torches on the ground here. Then going outside here, I put bookshelves on the outside, so this little tunnel between the spawn and the villagers now has a little existence thing. Where are my villagers at? Okay, still grouping all up in a single spot, I see. How useful. But then, as I go all the way over here, go through this little gate, putting bookshelves all the way through up till here. This area here, still need to figure out what I'm doing. I'm probably going to put some struts all the way down to the sugarcane farm, maybe. Need to figure out what I'm doing for that. Then, going all the way over here, I need to finish this up, which I'm probably going to finish up with today's episode, finishing up the bottom part down there, at least. Then, in this room, this was probably the biggest expender of all my bookshelves. I had to fill out bookshelves for every single one of the notches in this room. So, this little hub area, after many episodes, is now finally finished. Put in just a handful of bookshelves in here. This area was almost completely finished already. I just need to actually get rid of this water stream down here. Then, going all the way back over here, down this direction, put in some more bookshelves up here. The upper layer was just the main area that was needing all the bookshelves. Put it in all the way through here, all the way up into this room, and then going all the way over here. This room needed just a few bookshelves. Heading back this direction, I still have a whole ton of bookshelves I had to put in. There was so many bookshelves that I wound up using up for this, so... Oh man, there was absolutely tons. Jumping all the way down here, and I need some more stew because I'm hungry. Please give me stew. Thank you. Alright, now heading all the way up here and around, and back up here, I had to wind up filling in some bookshelves on the further part of the lower section of the base, even still, heading back all the way over here and down. This direction, didn't really need any bookshelves here, but heading over to this intersection, I was surprised. Apparently I filled in all the bookshelves for this massive intersection here. This had been something that I was fairly sure I had never finished bookshelves for, but apparently I did. But as I head all the way down over here into this section, I had to put in all the bookshelves for here. So this area actually now looks nice and complete. Heading over to the horses now have bookshelves around them. This direction, we now have bookshelves at this miniature intersection. So that's now nice and good, but now we actually see where I ran out of bookshelves is after I finished this intersection. I went to go put it into this room, and that apparently don't have lights there, so I'm just going to run away from that quickly. But yeah, that's where I had to put on the bookshelves, but now I want to go through and finish up some flooring for that section I just showed off, because that section is needing a lot of polish even still. Alright, I have gone through here and have filled out the floor now. So the floor is now nice and filled out. I also had to redo the torches here a little bit because they were also very much off. And I also had to redo the actual spread of this because apparently when I first designed this, I decided to make the floor flush with the logs. And that isn't how this thing is capable of being designed. Because there's going to wind up being, as if I go over here, you can see there's a floor, a wall, then the wood. I designed it as floor wood, and there wasn't any, like, actual walls. So, yeah, I had to redesign that a little bit. But now what I can wind up doing is I have to go through here and redesign this little bit. Luckily, not much, I don't think. Most of this is probably just going to be me. So, either I have one option, two options technically. I either move this in one block and have to rebuild this whole spiral so it goes in by one, or I go like this. Boom, boom. Grab the wood like this. Boom, boom. Like that. And then grab this and then put that there. Boom. I think that's the correct option here. Just extend a window slightly more than it should be. It's not going to be the best, but this base is fairly patched together already. One more window being the incorrect length isn't going to exactly be the killer here in this instance. But now what I want to do is I need to build the walls up for this area. Why is there an Enderman here? I don't want you to be here. Please leave. But either way, I'm going to be putting the walls up for this area now. So I'm going to quickly begin putting that up, and I'll be back with you guys here in a second. Alright, I've gone through and I've put in the walls for this area. So we have this nice walled in that includes all the way down this tunnel as well. All I'm missing is a few struts in this tunnel. But in this one, all of the struts are finished for the room. I'm going to have to do something weird for the spiral that's going up through here. Because it is... So, typically what I would do for something like this, like in the Nether Portal Hub or something like that, I would just build a glass roof. But this is a bit of a problem with building a glass roof, is that this thing is here. So what I might have to wind up doing is kind of like splitting this in two. So there would be kind of this half here could be glass, and then this side over here is just a massive open thing that goes about into the half point. until going all the way over here, which would be a second room of sorts. Like, this area is going to look weird, like, very weird. So I'm going to have to figure out how on earth to design this, because this could wind up turning into a room inside of a room situation. So I'm going to have to do some odd stuff. I might wind up breaking out this part, so that way it would extend out to feature those, but either way, with that nice and said, I wonder want some of these still. Also, I was able to figure out that apparently my sugarcane farm ejects sugarcane onto here. I've been slowly collecting a little bit. It ejects right here or so every time. Just a little boop just pops out over here. I don't know why that happens. That's something I might want to check out, or I just wind up building the walls up high enough that it would just collide into the wall and fall down. Either way, I don't want to walk through this area and just randomly pick up sugarcane. I would rather just lose the sugarcane than randomly have my inventory fill with it. So, either way, with all of that nice and set, I still have a whole bunch more I need to do on this area, along with design stuff. You also can see all the struts I put in, got that nice and finished. But either way, with all of that now nice and said, that's probably going to be doing it for today's episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really coming up close to episode 200, so I'm going to be doing a lot of work here on the main base, I'm thinking. There's a whole bunch of design stuff that I still need to do. For example, this area down there still needs to get finished. Obviously, that whole thing is extraordinarily ugly. This whole thing up here is still open. There's so many things I need to do here at the main base, so I'm probably going to be working on that for the next few episodes or so. But either way, nonetheless, if you still have something you want to see me work on here in the future, I always love hearing suggestions for what you guys want to hear me work on. And yeah, there's a whole bunch that I can do. There's a billion projects going on in this world. But with all that now nice and said, I hope to see you guys in the next one. So long, and see ya. Bye.